is the domain and B is the range for f, then f inverse of y equals x, where f inverse goes from B to A. So this is what we mean by the inverse of this function. So if y equals f of x, then f inverse of y equals x. And let's just state this clearly, what we've noticed already, and that is the domain of f is equal to the range of f inverse, right? The domain here of f was equal to the range of f inverse, and the range of f is equal to the domain of f inverse. Okay, now let's think about what would happen if I did f of, well, let me do it the other way, f inverse of f of x. So, sorry about this, let me erase that. Okay, so what would happen if I did f of f inverse, I'm sorry, f inverse of f of x. So what would happen? So if I do f of x, let's take an example. Let's say this is f. So we can see that f of 1 is equal to 5. Okay, so let's see what happens. So this I put in, do f of 1, and then take that and put that into f inverse. So what's going to happen? So I do f of 1, gives me 5, and then I do f inverse. This is f inverse. So I'm putting in 5, so what do I get back? 1. So I started with 1, I put it into f, I took that result and put it into f inverse, and I get back 1. Let's try it again. Suppose I do f inverse of f of 3. So I'm putting 3, which is in the domain of f, into f, and I get out 7. So this part here, 7, and then I'm putting that into f inverse. Well, here's 7. It takes me back to 3. And let's do it with the next one. F inverse of f of, let's put in 8 into f. So what happens? I put in 8, I get negative 10, and then f inverse takes negative 10 back to 8. So I get 8. So if I do f inverse f, it's like doing nothing at all. I mean, if I start with x and I do f and then f inverse to it, it just gives me back x, right? So we can say that this is just equal to x, okay? And of course, it's the same thing if you do it in the opposite order. That is, if you do f of f inverse of x, what's that going to give you? That's also going to give you x. Let's check it. So let's try f of f inverse of, so what are the things we can put into f inverse? Not 1, 2, 3, 8. That's in the domain of f. The domain of f inverse is over here, is b. So I can only put in things from b in there. So let's put something from b in there. So let's put 5 in there. So what happens to it? So first we put 5 in there, and f inverse takes it to 1. And then we put that into f here, but that takes it back to 5. So it's the same thing whether you do f first or you do f inverse first. You still get x.